and gay.
Yeah.
Carl, thoughts, blind or gay?
This is about art, is it?
So there you have it, our comprehensive and definitive guide to the arts. Next in this series is philosophy.
Well, looking forward to that one enormously, Rick, because of course you have a honours degree from the University of London in philosophy.
Yes, but I predict that that one will also be as big a...
Just to remind you that you can still get the Ricky Gervais Guide to Medicine, the Ricky Gervais Guide to Natural History, and now, of course, the Ricky Gervais Guide to the Arts.
Hello, readers of Shortlist magazine. I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Stephen Merchant.
Hello there.
And Carl Pilkington.
Alright.
We've been asked to do a little free podcast, a sample of our wares for Shortlist magazine. It's a new kid on the block. It's taken England by storm, I think. Well, how can I describe it? It's aimed at men. It's free every week. News, sport, TV, cars, movies, style. Now, obviously, the reason we're doing this, Carl, Steve, is that maybe some of these readers will go to iTunes and download one of our record-breaking, world-beating audiobooks. I'm worried though.
Go on.
They get everything for free. The magazine's free, they go to the website free. Why are they suddenly going to pay, $1.95 to hear an hour's drivel? It's a problem, isn't it?
It is a worry, actually.
I know what we do. We sucker them in with a list. The greatest list they've ever heard.
Okay, well, these are... okay, ambitious. I mean, bear in mind these people are stingy.
Yeah.
Cheap.
But they love lists.
Well, this is it. On the one hand, they love lists.
Yeah.
That's why they read Shortlist magazine. That's why they go to the website.
They love lists.
But on the other hand, they love free stuff.
I know. Well, I'll tell you what, we're given this for free, and it'd be a lovely list, and they go, oh my god, I don't usually like paying, but there might be other lists on the audio. Oh, there's loads of lists on our audiobooks.
There's heaps of lists.
Carl, let's give them a list. Top 5 something. What are you interested in? Are you interested in news, sport, TV, cars, movies, style?
Not enough to make a list out of it. I'm not into lists.
Okay.
You're not into lists.
You're not
Great.
into lists.
We were
We're
banking
in
on
the
you.
wrong place here. Come on, there must be... What inflames you? What interests you? What could you... If I said, right, quick, you've got to come up with top 5 things, what would it be?
I mean, I'm into weird stuff, but it seems a bit tight to stick them in a list.
What, like what?
Well, like, sort of freaky people and that. I've got that freak book. But I don't know if they'd be happy if I call one of them up and said, good news, you're at number 1, because you've got 4 legs or whatever. I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, then, this is the exclusive Ricky Gervais guide to Shortlist magazine, Carl Pilkington Top 5 Freaks, in at number 5.
So you've got to work backwards, haven't you? I've got to know what my number 1 is.
I think you
before I
do
say
work
number 5.
backwards.
Probably something not too good at number 5, but it's still interesting. Lighthouse Man.
Who's that?
Lighthouse Man?
What's Lighthouse Man?
It's a fella with a hole in his head. And he, what he does, rather than moan about it, sticks a candle in it.
Shut up. What are you talking about?
Sticks a candle
What are
in
you
it.
talking about? Where is the hole?
I bet he didn't call himself Lighthouse Man, did he?
Well, I don't know, it's just what he got nicknamed. Because he had this hole, doctors were like, there's nothing we can do, can't fill it. Thought, what can I do with it? And it was of the days when there was no electric and that. You had to walk about with a candle.
Right.
So hang on a minute.
Okay, I can have both
got a
hands
little
for
candle
you.
holder here. Stuck a candle in it, he just got nicknamed the Lighthouse Man. So again, it's not that amazing, but I like the way he was sort of energy efficient.
Didn't he have, like, wax dripping on his head?
No, because it all went into the hole. So
What?
the way it was filled in. By
What
the
do
end
you
of the
mean?
day-
It wasn't a hole, though, it was a dip, surely.
No, a big hole.
Yeah, but not a hole through the skull with wax dripping on the brain.
No, just a really big hole in his head, but it had skin.
Like a golf hole.
Yeah, I suppose a golf hole's a good way of looking at
Perfect
it.
for a candle, basically.
Yeah.
And then the drippage went
Went
into
the hole.
Yeah.
Candle sort of stood up straight.
Yeah,
So was it in his forehead?
No, on the very top of his head.
that's perfect. You don't want it in the forehead, Steve. You'll have to walk back with
That'd
your
be
neck
ridiculous.
cricked.
So he was like a kind of human jack-o'-lantern.
He's a lighthouse man. What, Steve? What
Sorry, mate, yeah, I
better
forgot
description
about
do you
that.
need than the lighthouse man?
So yeah, he's probably at number 5.
Wow, that's at number 5, Steve.
Number 4.
What about Pig-faced woman of Manchester Square?
Again, You're getting what it says on the tin there, aren't you?
Now, pig-faced woman of Manchester Square, is that someone you knew growing up?
No, it's a square in London,
Yeah.
Right.
and it's just this woman who had a face like a pig, and the rumour was
Yeah.
that it wasn't a woman. Someone said it was a pet bear and they'd shaved it. That's what that's what
Was
I've
this
heard.
someone? Was this someone you saw? Or
No,
that you just
this
read
is
about?
this is going back.
This is years ago.
This is years and years ago.
Yeah.
When there was loads of like weird looking people. I mean, the fact that it's pig-faced woman of Manchester Square
Yeah.
says that there might have been one in
Piccadilly Circus.
Lexington, whatever. So there was a lot more of them knocking about back then.
Let's assume that it was a woman, and the first one, the lighthouse fellow, he's a human. Do you think people would object because of their disfigurement, deformity, a little bit like being called freaks? Do you think?
Well, it gave them a purpose back then. See, if you were a freak years ago, there was work for you. You'd have these circus things. Now, if you've got a funny head, you're on the dole. They don't do these
Or
side
working
shows.
with Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant on the world's #1 audiobook. Great. Number 3?
What about Elephant Man?
Right.
Stick him at number 3.
He's number 3.
He's surely the most famous freak ever to have lived, isn't he?
He's the one who got me into it.
Right. Yeah. Sure. He's sort of entry-level freak,
Yeah.
a gateway freak.
Everyone is aware of him.
If the Elephant Man still existed, right, and you got the opportunity to meet him, and you walked in, a couple of questions. 1, what would your first reaction be? And 2, what would you say to him? What would your first question be?
How would I react? Well, I've sort of seen him enough now that it wouldn't shock me. So I don't even think I'd flinch.
Okay.
I mean, like I said when I first saw you, that was a bit weird. But now look, I can look at you. I don't double take or anything. What would I say to him though? What? I'd probably say, where do you get that hat to fit you? He always had that on. Where do you get that from?
That sort of flat cap that he's got.
Yeah, that on, didn't he? So,
Very stylish.
so yeah, I'd have him. So he's at number 3.
Right. Elephant Man number 3. I can't wait for
Blimey,
2 and
yeah.
1. Right. Okay.
I don't know his name, but there's a fella knocking about. Well, I don't think he's around anymore. But he had like a normal body. Looking at him, you'd go, "What's up with him? He's not a freak." Takes his undies off. He's got 2 knobs.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, he doesn't know where to start.
I
Do you
don't
think
know.
he uses them alternately, like either wee out of this one, either wee out of that one, or does he just like spread the load so he's weeing out of both?
I don't think he knows.
What do you mean he
It's
doesn't
sort of
know?
like a lucky dip. When he goes to a urinal,
Yeah.
he can have a little bet with himself. He's just like, I don't know what's going to happen here.
So do you reckon he holds them
Holds
both
them
out?
belt, definitely.
So he takes his trousers down because I mean, you know.
Yeah, you can't use a Y front.
Right.
It'd be,
Need more like a W front.
Yeah. So he pops his kecks down there.
I don't think it's that much of a problem. It's not like.
Wow. I don't know.
I'd prefer that than Elephant Man's head.
Well, of course you would.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
What if you had Elephant Man's knob?
Yeah, but it didn't work like that, did it? That's the thing. They said he had the body of an elephant, but that's the only thing that wasn't of an elephant standard. His knob was normal. Whereas with this fella, it's the other way around. Everything normal. Took the pants off. Oh, well, what's going on here?
But why would you ever take his pants off?
No, well, I wouldn't. I'm just saying if.
But why? I don't know why you'd be in a situation with this man with 2 knobs standing there with his pants on, and you go pop your pants off. You're not a doctor.
No, I say if I'm waiting in a cubicle and he's there.
For what?
Sure, you're waiting in the cubicle when he
I'm
comes in.
I'm waiting to have a wee at a cubicle. He's
Oh, in the
taking 2
toilet.
urinals up and going,
Right.
hang on, you don't need them both, do you? He goes, well, actually,
Oh, and then
have a look at this.
right.
He's got 2 knobs.
See, I didn't see him at 2 urinals. I saw him at 1, maybe them pointing inwards.
If you had that, say the first time that you met Suzanne, would you mention that straight up?
Would you say, right, before this goes any further, I've got something to show you?
Well, let's see. Tell me exactly what you would say. All right, Carl, I can't wait to go back to your place.
Oh, maybe we should end up sort of like a boyfriend and girlfriend and live together for the rest of our lives. You had normal head then, didn't you?
I had the same head, yeah.
Yeah, but it had like hair coming out of it, didn't it? And sort of like,
Yeah, but she also had a smaller arse back then as well, so I think we've both been done.
If you want to hear more of this kind of intellectual discussion, Then download our audios. Anyway, we need to get to number 1.
Yeah, number 1.
Okay, it is.
It's Pillow Man.
Oh, yeah.
Pillow Man. Okay, now explain for those that don't know who he was.
He's a fella with no arms and legs, just a head and a little body. Nickname Pillow Man. What else do you need to know?
Well, why is he your favourite?
Just because he's amazing. Just the way he just got on with his life. He used to light a cig, just using his lips and his tongue and that.
Oh, I've seen
not
this.
Not fully lit. He'd buy Roll Your Own.
Yeah, it's in the film Freaks, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he
had
rolls
a shave
it.
as well.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
How did he have
do you
a
think
shave?
he used to do it? He used to get it in his mouth, and I don't know.
Jesus.
It's amazing. Did he have a knob?
I think he did because he had some kids.
What?
Yeah, he had kids. He was an all right looking fella. He wasn't odd looking. It's just
Sorry?
that his head. He looked like Samuel L. Jackson. Imagine him with no arms and legs.
Right, that's odd though, isn't it? Really?
It's weird, but you've got to give it to him. You know, I mean, he's there rolling his own. He's pretty cool looking.
I just want to say to people, it's not. You say it looks cool, to, with no arms and no legs to smoke, but don't forget that smoking can stunt your growth.
Yeah, but yeah. Remember, he was on like this circus freak show thing with like a bearded woman.
Yeah.
Right. Which isn't really a freak, is it? She could have had a shave. Have a shave, you're not a freak anymore.
Yeah.
A bearded woman. Compared to a fella who's got no arms and legs, a bearded woman, get out! But there was like a fella with no bottom half to his body, called Johnny Eck, was his name. So, when you're knocking about with that crowd, you're going to get a bit. You're going to get a bit. So... Yeah, he had kids, and they were all normal kids. They had all the limbs.
Did his
and
wife
everything.
had arms and legs?
Never saw his wife.
Never saw his wife.
I think
He was probably ashamed of her. She was a bit of a freak.
for someone like him, you'd think he'd just give up, wouldn't you? You think, forget it. What sort of life is it?
Mm.
I'm like a Mexican jumping bean. It's not worth living. But he just got on with it. To have a shave, I don't even bother having a shave some days.
No. Nor did the bearded lady. Lazy fucking bitch.
So that's why I've put him at my number 1 position. It's just amazing, isn't it? The human, how whatever you dealt, some people just get on with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Pillow Man, or Draft Excluder, as I prefer to call him.
There you go. Oh. Well, if you've enjoyed this free exclusive podcast for Shortlist magazine, we've got quite a back catalogue now, haven't we, Carl? We've got 5 series of The Ricky Gervais Show on iTunes to download under audiobooks. We're halfway through our latest series, The Ricky Gervais Guide to. There's medicine, there's natural history, there's the arts, out now and coming soon, The Ricky Gervais Guide to Philosophy. Now, me and Steve are a couple of big shots. We do this for a laugh, but this is Carl Pilkington's only source of income. This is what you do now, isn't it?
This is my full-time job, yeah.
What do you think of that? Is
It
this
depresses me.
Why?
This isn't what I ever wanted. Because I haven't got a purpose, have I? I'm sat here talking about the Pillow Man. If it weren't for him, I'd have nothing to say. It just depresses me. That I just wish I had a job where I felt like I was needed. And I don't feel needed. It's not a proper job.
We need you.
I know,
We need you for
but-
money for old rope.
I know, but this isn't. I wanted something that, when you die and that, if it's, you get up to the gates or whatever, and they say, "What have you done?" And then I'm looking worried, thinking, "Is the Pillow Man about?"
Carl, no! Look, we've taken the internet by storm.
Yeah, but there's loads of people who've done that. So
Alright, let's not bring it down. We've had a lovely time. Thank you, the readers of Shortlist. Download our audiobook. Carl needs you. Hello, welcome to this free podcast to promote our upcoming audiobook, The Ricky Gervais Guide to Philosophy. With me, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant.
Hello there.
And Carl Pilkington.
Alright.
Well, we covered most things, didn't we, on big questions, mind-body problem, meaning of life, got quite existential at one point, and we touched on the futility of life, Carl's favourite subject at the moment. Carl used a lovely model, an anecdote, a story, listen.
We had an ant problem in the garden. Suzanne said, "We've got to get rid of these." And I said, "Well, it's a bit out of order. They are outside." She said, "Yeah, but there's getting a lot of them." She went and popped the kettle on. I said, I can't handle this. I went in, right?
What, you didn't want to see the ants, man? That's sweet, you know, they're there.
Yeah, they might be causing a problem, but I don't want to see this mess. Now, the thing is, she went out, she poured the hot water on it, I left it a few minutes. I went out, I had a cup of tea, I thought, it's a waste of electrical line. So I took my cup of tea out there, and I'm sat there, and then I just saw one come back from wherever it had been. One ant. He looked devastated. Because that had been away. As far as that was concerned, it had been out to get a leaf or whatever. Came back, devastation. And it's that that's the thing that he summed up death for me, that. The ants that are dead, they didn't know anything. Suddenly they were there, next minute, load of water, dead. It's the people who are still living in life that are the saddest, aren't they, after death? And that summed it up.
What do you think?
That ant would have been better off being there when it happened.
How could you tell the ant was...
What do you think? So you saw it,
I mean, they run around in circles anyway, don't they? But this was just kind of going, what's going on?
and what did it slow down when it got nearer the nest? Did it drop the leaf and then you see it run the last few inches?
It just kind of got close, and it was like a double take almost. Almost like it got near the hole, and then it was like, hang on a minute, this can't be it because no one's around. And then it walked on and it went, no, it is the hole. And it went back, and it just sort of stopped for a minute.
That was Carl Pilkington's guide to the pointlessness of existence through the eyes of a lonely homecoming ant. If you've enjoyed that, there's another 50 odd minutes to listen to on the Ricky Gervais Guide to Philosophy. Just go to iTunes now and download it. What do you think, Carl?
What about philosophy?
Yeah. Now, have you learned anything from doing that? Did you learn anything? Or do you think life is more pointless?
I don't think you can learn philosophy, can you? It's just something for your brain to be getting on with.
Like Sudoku or watching a fish
that
tank.
seems to be what the world is now, isn't it? Killing time. The amount of things that have been invented. Sudoku. There's another one. Karako or something. Just loads of them for people to be sat there. Don't know. It's just all stuff that's been invented. Because the country's on its arse and everyone's like stuck on bad train services and buses and that. To stop and moaning, do a Sudoku. It's all stuff to keep the brain busy. None of it's necessary. I don't know why you get papers who the next day put the answers for a Sudoku in the paper. Because I don't think there's anyone going, oh, where did that 9 go? I think it's of the moment. It's not like a crossword where you go, what was that word? Where does the 9 go? It's not important. The moment's gone. And that's what the world is now. A lot of time filling. It's one big waiting room, the world.
That is, well, yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, well, we're stuck here for 80 odd years. We don't know. Yeah, how do you feel it? How do you enjoy it? I mean, we touch on this, but when there is no point to life, then the only raison d'être is to live your life, have a laugh, and not hurt anyone. I don't know what you think that what we're meant to be doing. We can't all be saving lives all the time. We can't all be fighting wars. We can't always be at peace. We can't all be great inventors and scholars. So yeah, some people go, I want to be content. I want to
be content. I like the contentness.
No, you don't.
What are you on about?
You're never happy unless you're moaning. I've never seen you happy.
But maybe that is me being happy, having a moan. You see, my problem is the thoughts. How do you control them?
Right, that sounds like the ramblings of a schizophrenic madman.
No, because the thing is, it's my brain that likes to have a moan. So because of that, I'm tarred with that brush.
I don't know what. It's so complicated.
It's not complicated.
This is quite a big metaphysical idea, actually, that you're exploring here.
That's.
It's like you have two minds. It's like you're the face for your brain. Yeah, but you're taking the rap for stupid things it put into your head, which is like another brain.
I had a good thought about my thoughts yesterday. They've gone today. I explained it more to Suzanne, my problem with thoughts. And the problem is with a thought.
Did she glaze over?
If you want to
and
get
just
rid
fall
of
straight back onto her head?
No, but if you want to get rid of a thought, you can't, can you? Because you've thought it. And the thought thing that came up with the thought doesn't let you forget that thought.
Well, you forgot it.
Yeah, when you want to remember something that is useful to you, like I need to buy some kidney beans, the thought area doesn't remember it. It's not interested in that. It's interested about something weirder or something that scared you. It remembers that stuff. So you're not really in charge, are you?
You're certainly not.
thought area kicks in when there's nothing else going on normally.
I don't know what it means anymore.
Okay, can we just go silent for a moment? I want the thought area to kick in. Can I get in touch with the thought area, Carl? Is it possible to speak to the thought area?
Just relax.
When he's ready.
There's no,
Let the mind.
empty your mind.